As parents, we often wonder what is best for our children. Should we be completely open, or are there some topics best left unspoken? In this article, we will explore the importance of maintaining certain boundaries with your children to help them develop emotionally and psychologically. You may be surprised by the final revelation, but first, let's start with a story. The story of Carmen, a cautionary tale. Carmen, a 40-year-old mother, always believed that honesty was the key to a united family. With two teenage children, she stood by her motto, no secrets, no problems. But what happens when honesty becomes a double-edged sword? Imagine your life as an open book, where every page reveals a different aspect of yourself. Carmen thought her children should read every page, but she soon learned that some pages are better left closed. Her journey taught her 9 valuable lessons about what not to tell your children and how maintaining boundaries can ultimately protect them. 1. The danger of oversharing family finances. Money is a common point of stress for adults, but what about children? Carmen learned the hard way when she accidentally shared details of her family's financial struggles with her children. Suddenly, her kids became anxious and overwhelmed, worrying about things far beyond their control. Why oversharing is dangerous. Children don't have the emotional maturity to process complex financial situations. Sharing too much can cause unnecessary anxiety. What to do instead? Teach concepts, not specifics. Use age-appropriate language like, we live within our means, or we save for the future. Avoid using phrases like, we're broke, or we can't afford that, which can instill fear. 2. Relationship conflicts. A taboo topic for kids. Venting about your partner to your children can feel like a natural outlet, but it puts an emotional burden on them. Carmen made the mistake of complaining about her husband to her children, turning them into unwilling therapists. Why it's harmful. Children thrive on stability. Witnessing their parents' conflicts, especially when they feel forced to take sides, creates anxiety and insecurity. What to do instead? Handle disagreements in private. If kids ask about tension, use strategic honesty. Mom and Dad are having a disagreement, but we're working through it. This provides them with reassurance without drawing them into the conflict. 3. Your past. Some stories are best left untold. Parents often want to share personal stories to inspire their children, but not every anecdote is helpful. Carmen shared a story from her youth about nearly dropping out of college and forging a signature to switch majors. This shocked her children, who began to question her credibility as a responsible adult. Why it backfired. Children view their parents as role models, and stories that contradict the values you preach can undermine your authority. What to do instead? Focus on the lessons, not the gritty details. Use edited versions of your past experiences, emphasizing growth and learning, not mistakes. 4. Comparisons. A seed for self-doubt. Carmen unintentionally hurt her son Alejandro by comparing him to another child who excelled at sports. What seemed like an innocent comment created a long-lasting emotional wound. Why comparisons are harmful. They create resentment and undermine self-esteem, causing children to feel inadequate. What to do instead? Celebrate your child's progress by comparing them to their past selves. Highlight their growth. Look how much you've improved. This fosters confidence and motivation without the pressure of competing against others. 5. The myth of parental perfection. Parents often feel the need to be perfect in front of their children. Carmen tried to maintain an image of being a flawless mother, but one day she slipped up, letting out a curse after cutting herself. To her surprise, her children reacted with shock, having never seen her make a mistake before. Why perfection is a myth. Children need to see that their parents are human. Pretending to be perfect sets unrealistic expectations, leading kids to feel they must also be flawless. What to do instead? Embrace your mistakes and use them as teaching moments. Show your children that it's okay to fail as long as you learn from the experience. This will help them develop resilience and a growth mindset. 6. Family secrets. When to reveal, when to protect. Carmen realized that not every family secret should be revealed. Some information, like past mistakes or private matters, can change how children see their parents. Why some secrets should stay hidden. Children lack the maturity to process certain revelations, and sharing too much can burden them unnecessarily. What to do instead? Use discernment. Reveal information when it's age appropriate, and focus on stories that offer valuable lessons rather than trauma or unresolved issues from the past. 7. Sharing fears and anxieties. Parents, like everyone else, have their own fears and worries, but sharing them openly with children can create unnecessary stress. Carmen frequently expressed her anxieties about the future, which made her children feel unsafe and uncertain. Why it's harmful. Children look to their parents for security. If they sense fear, they may feel like the ground beneath them is unstable. What to do instead? Manage your fears privately or with other adults. If your children notice that something is wrong, offer them reassurance without going into detail. 8. Unmet dreams and regrets. Many parents project their unfulfilled dreams onto their children. Carmen often talked about her regret of not becoming a doctor, unintentionally pressuring her children to consider careers they weren't interested in. Why this is damaging. Children need the freedom to discover their own paths, not carry the burden of their parents' unrealized dreams. What to do instead? Encourage your children to follow their passions. Help them explore different opportunities without imposing your own aspirations onto them. 9. Negative self-talk. Parents sometimes speak negatively about themselves, whether it's about their appearance, intelligence, or worth. Carmen often said things like, "I'm so stupid," when making mistakes, not realizing that her children were absorbing these comments. Why it's harmful. Children model their behavior on their parents. Hearing you put yourself down teaches them to be self-critical. What to do instead? Practice positive self-talk. Show self-compassion and resilience when you face challenges, and your children will learn to do the same. Be mindful of what you share. As parents, we have the responsibility to protect our children's emotional well-being. Carmen's journey shows us that while honesty is important, it must be balanced with discernment. Children don't need to know everything. They need guidance, reassurance, and space to grow without carrying the weight of adult worries. By maintaining appropriate boundaries and being mindful of what we share, we can help our children develop into emotionally resilient, confident, and happy individuals. Let's keep learning and improving together, one lesson at a time.